everybody, this is Aahana Kumra, and thank you so much for all the love that we've been receiving on Betaal. Yes, that's the show that has just released of mine, and yes, the show has been receiving fantastic reviews because it has been trending on #1 on Netflix since the day it's released, and I think people who like horror have absolutely loved it. It's a very unique show. It's definitely the first from India that has come out. And I think it's been a combination of great writing, and I think it's some fantastic VFX, and some superb prosthetics and locations, and some tremendous work by actors and the technicians that have put the show together. And I think it has really achieved success, because I think it's really one of its kind. It's very unique to this genre, and I hope people attempt this kind of genre a lot more, because we want to see a lot more content in horror and thriller in this space. Coming to, was it tough wearing prosthetics? Yes, it was really tough wearing prosthetics. I didn't know what to expect when I was wearing a scar on my face. I used to take about an hour and a half or 2 hours to do my makeup almost regularly on a daily basis, and my call time used to be earlier than most actors on set, and I spent a lot of my time in the prosthetics van. Usually actresses are very used to being fussed around with hair and makeup, and I think it was really contrary to that for me in this show, because I spent a lot of time in the prosthetics van with Rebecca Butterworth, who's my makeup artist, who's my prosthetics artist rather. She and Carolina, and they had come down from the UK, and they did my prosthetics, and the scar looks fantastic in the show. I was completely blown when I saw the end result, and I was just like, wow, this is how my character looks on screen. And I think it completely translated from what I expected it to look to what it really looked like. So I think it was pretty fantastic. Yes, it was very difficult to wear it. In fact, we were not only shooting in the sun, we were shooting also in the rain. When we started shooting Betaal, we were shooting it just before monsoons, so that heat right before monsoons is unbearable. And I remember the first day that I shot, I walked out of the vanity with the scar on my face, and I think everybody on the crew has kind of stopped and like stared at me for like 5 minutes, and it was really uncomfortable to have people look at you in that way. So it kind of made me feel that somebody who has a scar like that for life, how do they feel? And it was fantastic, because I went to set and Jeetu was just like, hey la, this like real lag raha hai. I think that was really a great compliment. I got used to it, and I got comfortable with it. I made it part of who I was, and I think we had to get comfortable with who we were right from the day go, because the shoot was extremely hectic, and it was very difficult to shoot the sequences. And all we had to worry about was just getting the takes right, because we were usually doing very long shots with a lot of actors in each and every sequence, and there was no time to fuss around over hair and makeup. And I think that has been really the beauty, and it has taught me so much. So much has been taught to me through this shoot. I began my journey with theatre. I did television, and then I finally moved. I did films, and now I've moved into OTT, but I'm also doing films. And I think it's a great back and forth. I don't think I ever leave a medium. I love working in different mediums, because every medium teaches you, something new about itself. The process of performance always remains the same, whether it's theatre, whether it's films, whether it's television. Or whether it's OTT. I think our preparation as actors always remains the same. We always have to be prepared exactly the same way we prepare in each and every medium. But I feel that the OTT has been a very democratic space for me, because it has definitely taught me how to experiment with roles. A lot of different roles have been coming to me over the last few years, and I think it is such a fantastic time for all actresses to be experimenting and dabbling with this medium. I have seen such fantastic performances of some of the actresses that I really look up to, and I wondered for years and years together, when I used to watch films, that when will I ever get to see this actress. And I remember watching them a lot in indie cinema, and I was like, I wish I could see more of this actress, and I wish I could see more of this actress. And I think so much of that is now happening through the digital medium. When I say democratic, I feel that it's never been easy. It's not even easy for actors. It's not easy for content because it's not easy for directors. You know, a lot of directors want to tell different stories. They want to tell a different kind of narratives, and writers want to write different stories about different people. And I think what OTT has done is that it's given us a platform to be able to share these kind of stories, because otherwise वही same story आप देखते रहते, वही same genre repeat होता रहता, and मतलब there would be nothing new to it. And think about it, yeah, so many women's stories have come out, and those women are not necessarily sitting at home and like doing kitchen politics. I think those women are talking about today's woman, who also handles home, who also handles her job, who also handles the family. And I think women really are superhumans because they really dabble in so many mediums, and they are so well equipped to be multi-talented and multi-purpose. And these stories are coming out through the democratic medium of OTT. So I'm like really enjoying this medium, and I really hope that I get to see more and more of actresses come out and tell different stories, more content makers write stories for women. And really, like, I'm truly grateful to the OTT that has given me so much success, and it's given me a voice, and has given me a platform where I can speak my thoughts out. I think every industry is going through a rough patch. I think it'll be really unfair to single out only my industry and say only my industry is, going through a rough patch. We are lucky that, we have tripods at home, we have our phones, we can shoot, we can do videos, we can entertain people even while we've been in lockdown. Honestly, I'll tell you, I'm really proud of the film industry. I think this industry is something that I have, that has inspired me in so many ways, to be a relentless fighter, to be somebody who doesn't give up very soon. Look at the inspirations that we have through the industry. So many people from the film industry have been constantly making videos to entertain people while they were in lockdown, or we've been making sure that there have been donations happening from our end, or there are people like Good Samaritans like Sonu Sood who've left us with so much inspiration, who are sending migrant workers back. I think they just set such a great tone for so many people. It leaves so much inspiration for so many people. So although I feel that the film industry is going through a tough time, I think we're fighters. All of us are, in small, big, every way possible, and we all are in this together. And I'm sure we'll be able to find a way, because we always find a way to work around all sorts of situations. And this is one industry that doesn't give up, and they always believe, and we always truly believe in the show must go on. So the show will go on. It will be paused for a moment, or maybe it will be slow for a moment, but the show will go on. Not really. I don't think any of my assignments have gotten postponed. I was just doing a show called Color Me Blue, which is with L'Oreal, with Sony and L'Oreal, and it was a show with female cricketers. I was traveling all across India to meet the members of the women's cricket team. So I had already gone and shot with Harman in Moga, I had shot with Smriti in Sangli, I had shot with Jhulan Goswami in Kolkata, and the next person that I was supposed to be shooting with was Jemima, and I was really looking forward to it because she's really somebody who's very spirited, and I kind of identify like my younger self with her because she's really cool, and I absolutely love the spirit that she brings in. And I was really looking forward to doing my episode with her. But I hope now that once the lockdown eases and once we are allowed to start shooting, that I can actually go and shoot with Jemima. We don't need a very big crew, we are a very small crew. So that was the only thing that was remaining for me to shoot. But I have back-to-back releases this year, so I'm really looking forward to what the reactions to all my shows and my films are going to be. I have a film coming out after this. It's called Khuda Hafiz. It's a film with Vidyut Jamwal where I'm playing an Arabic agent, and I'm doing a lot of action, wearing hijab and speaking Arabic, and that's the first for me again. This is the first time I'm doing any of that, and it's exciting, and I really look forward to seeing whether what platform it's going to release on, whether it's going to be a theatrical or an OTT, but that's really for the producers to decide. But that's my next, and Yeah, I think truly it's a very diverse year for me because it started with Marzi, which was a very different show on Boot. Then it went to Betaal, which is an action horror thriller, and now there's Khuda Hafiz, which is again an out and out action and drama. And then there's another independent film called How to Kill Your Husband, for which I shot last year in the UK, and it was again a really fantastic slice of life, very, very sweet film. So I hope that releases. So yeah, I'm looking forward. There's a good lineup of releases this year, and hopefully I should sign up something once the lockdown eases. And yeah, please keep watching my work, and I'm so 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 grateful to each one of you all for loving me and loving my work, and being supportive of people who really work their way up into the film industry. And thank you so much. I really 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 love you guys.